Hi, I'm Ben the Tutor, and today I want to use the definition of a derivative. Okay, very exciting. This is an exciting thing that we do. So, maybe you've seen the definition of derivative. Now you ask, okay, what the heck is it? How do we use it? Let me show you. I'm glad you asked. So, we're going to start with x squared. This is just about the easiest one. Not quite, just about the easiest one we can do. And we have this equation. There's two. I'm going to use this one. So the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So my f of x is y squared, and x squared, and I'm going to plug it in. Okay, let's try. So the first one, f of x plus h. So I have x squared as my function, so it's x plus h squared. And then minus x squared all over h, and the limit as h goes to 0. Okay, so this is a FOIL x squared, x plus h squared, so that's the limit now as h goes to 0 of x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared on the top all over h. Oh yes, I'll just say this comment. This first step, we can't resolve the limit because we would get 0 over 0. If I plugged in h as 0, on the top out of x squared minus x squared is 0 divided by 0. So here the limit can't be resolved. So we need to do algebra. So that's what I'm doing. So x squared plus 2x plus h squared minus x squared. I can cancel the x squared, so I get limits. H goes to 0, 2x h plus h squared over h. And hey, what do you know? Some h's cancel from the top and the bottom. So h cancels. So I get 2x plus h. And now I can take the limit. H goes to 0. So this just equals 2x. So we write this. F of x is x squared. F prime, the derivative, is 2x. And so this means, remember the derivative tells me the slope at any point. So along the parabola x squared, if there's any point I want to know what the slope of that point is, it's 2x. Just to show you this parabola. So at this point, 1.5, the slope of that guy, I can calculate with this, 2 times 1.5, so the slope would be 3. My graph's not perfect, but that's the idea. At any point, this tells me the slope of the line happening there. Okay, let's try a slightly harder example. Y equals x to the 3, just a little bit of algebra. Let's try this. Limit as h goes to 0, I write it down. Write down your starting formula, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Okay, plug it all in. Limit as h goes to 0, f of x plus h cubed. My function is x cubed minus x cubed over h. And then the limit as h goes to 0, x cubed. Oh, sorry. I FOIL it. This is times another one over h. I heard something at my door. Okay, so now I did this big foiling thing. So I get x cubed plus 2x squared h plus xh squared, that's that guy. Now I do that guy, plus x squared h plus 2xh squared plus h cubed minus x cubed all over h. And remember, it's the limit as h goes to 0. Okay, look, on the top there, quite a bunch of garbage, but I'm sure you can do it too. And if we look carefully, we get a whole bunch of things happening. Firstly, I have an x cubed that cancels with a minus x cubed. And I have a 2x squared h, and I have an x squared h, so I have 3x squared h. And I have x h squared, 2x x squared, so 3x h squared plus h cubed all over h. And now I can factor out an h, and I get the limit as h goes to 0, and that's 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared. I cancel out h from here, 1 from here, 1 from here, 1 from there. Okay, so I can take the limit now as h goes to 0 of this guy. And they all cancel out except for this one here. So the limit is 3x squared. So the derivative of x to the power 3 is 3x squared. Okay, what fun. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay, nice to see you. Thank you for watching.